Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Animal Crossing New Horizons. Every 10 days in this series, I try to promise a multiplayer video of some sort, and today is no exception. Today is a multiplayer video. But over the course of these past few days, I've also had a separate goal of trying to catch enough fish, bugs, and deep sea creatures by the end of the series so that I can knock out set Nook Miles achievements. And I have to catch a lot of fish, a lot of bugs, and a lot of deep sea creatures. And if I take even a day off from that, that's just more work that I have to do on a subsequent day. But I still wanted to do a multiplayer video. So I've basically kind of merged the two ideas together for today. It's a multiplayer video with the intention that I'll be able to knock out those goals. I'm going to a friend's island where I will hopefully be able to catch a bunch of bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures, and it should be awesome. But I have to be a little more quiet because it's late at night for me, and I do have neighbors, so I would like to not wake them up. And I've got guests with me, of course. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am William, aka MyAbsurdum.
Hello, it is I, Pikanjo, playing Animal Crossing again.
Yes, I appreciate both of you joining me at such a strange hour, but it really, really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problemo.
Yeah, I mean, I've recorded videos in the evening.
I'm gonna go ahead and set the code.
Oh, go for it.
You never recorded in the evening?
Well, I do record in the evening, and I've recorded late plenty of times, but I've never recorded a multiplayer video this late, I don't think. Usually like 2 hours earlier. So
The rest will look like regular time when we get there.
yeah, pretty much. In regular seasons too.
Alright, I set the code so the island's open.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll be there in a moment. I need to do some bug catching on my own island real quickly, and then I will be over there to do bug catching and deep sea diving and all that good stuff.
So you guys just want to reiterate what you guys want to do? You were after 2 bugs, correct?
Pikanjo is.
I am after the golden stag and the giraffe stag. I know they're pretty rare. I mean, I missed them when I was they were in season over here.
The golden stag is extremely rare. It took me about 2 to 3 hours for one to spawn, and then I spent the next 3 hours trying to catch one because I wound up scaring 3 away. So, yeah, I caught a 4th one that appeared finally. And I was up until 3:30 in the morning.
Yikes.
Eesh.
Oh, yes.
Well, Pikanjo, you're more than welcome to keep playing after I'm done recording today. My intention is to, 1, record a multiplayer video for today with you guys. Once again, thank you very much. And 2, I just need to catch a set amount of bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures before the end of the video. And those spawn more in the spring and summer seasons, at least from my experience, than they do in the winter seasons. But also, you might have some deep sea creatures that I can try to catch right now. So I'm going to try to search for those. But if that doesn't work out, then I'm going to go back to bug catching and fishing instead.
Sure, go nuts.
And I figured we'd double up, because Pikanjo said he was looking for specific bugs, and that they were only available in the southern hemisphere right now. And I said, hey, wait a minute. I have a friend that's in the southern hemisphere. So that's why I got you, Abby. So we're knocking stuff out together. So once again, or for the 3rd or 4th time now, thank you all for your involvement.
Well, thank you. Abby especially.
You guys are welcome.
Yeah.
2 birds with 1 stone, essentially.
That's the idea.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a fish too I'm missing. I'll have to double check what it is. It's only on the pier, I believe, too.
I should have written down what numbers I was trying to get to in terms of bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures already, but I'll do that while I'm flying over.
Okay. Yeah, so the island's open whenever you guys are ready.
I'll be there in a moment. I'm just catching wasps on my island while I can. There we go.
Grabbing. Yeah, I head to the airport here.
I also went ahead and dug up some coconut trees from random islands and set them up at the bottom of the island.
That's how you're able to set them up
Yep.
fairly faster. Instead of just planting them, I'll just transport them.
I did that at first, but then I realized, hey, wait a minute, I could just go to islands and dig them up myself.
Right.
Just keep in mind that they'll only spawn in locations when all 3 of us are off the part of the screen it wants to spawn on. So I suggest putting them in a corner and then having Pikanjo run back and forth or something. That is my recommendation anyway.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, it sounds like a mechanic that I was not aware of.
I mean, bugs can't spawn.
well, I have.
Bugs can't spawn on the same screen as you, right? At least that's what I thought.
Maybe?
Well, I have 4 coconut trees set up on the east coast. I have a lot on the south, and then I have several more on the west. So there's a good amount of coconut trees you can just keep running around on.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo.
Abby, you are a most gracious host for setting all this up.
Trying to get through this dialogue tree.
Oh, that could take a million years.
Yeah, I'm up.
Especially if you just like you misclick, want to visit someone online.
And then you had to start all over again if you misclicked.
Oh, crackers! There's nobody around.
Oh, really?
No. I mean, when you get that far, like, oh no, we're not ready to go, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Via dodo code. All right, don't mess this up.
Well, I was busy returning a lost item, so take your time. I will be at the airport momentarily.
Now we can guess who's missing again. I'm going to go with Bangle.
Well, that's already correct.
So, I came up with a little strategy, Yoshi. While you're out looking for sea creatures, I can dedicate my time scurrying off the bugs.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
And also, while you're catching bugs, I can just catch bugs with you too. Or I can let you know what bugs are around, so I'll scout.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we can all take a look and see, like, oh, there's one over there.
I don't need any more specific bugs or fish, I just need deep sea creatures. At this point, I'm just trying to get a good quantity of bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures. I don't need anything in particular besides like one specific deep sea creature, and if I don't get it today, then it's not the end of the world.
Fair.
And I already forgot what my slogan was.
Short note, huh?
Yep, short note. That's like
Well, that's
I don't know, it was like a standby name I had, and I was like, I gotta think of a better name. And I couldn't, so I chose it.
Just, yeah, those moments where you have a temporary name and it just becomes permanent.
Yeah, I mean, my town name in New Leaf was Duckburg, and that would have been fabulous for an island name if I had known.
Duckburg.
Gosh, it looks so pretty. Look how nice and organized things are.
Speaking of ducks,
Also,
or at
it's
least
summer.
flightful animals, Gulliver's on my island, and I don't have the gold shovel yet, so I'm gonna help him real quickly, and then I'll be right over.
Is that
He's
how
here
it is?
too.
Yeah, you gotta help him 30 times.
30 times.
Yeah. I got the Nook Miles achievement, I just need the gold shovel recipe,
Same here.
He just gives it to you?
eventually.
Okay, I'm guessing him. Well, maybe he mails it. I don't know.
I mainly want the golden shovel just so I can portray the wrestling reference.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna need like 4 or 5 more minutes, and then I'll finally be over there.
No problem.
Gosh, I forgot what green grass looked like around here. Hey, how you doing? I tried
was
to
autumn.
dress for summer.
Okay, welcome to Nectarino.
Nectarino.
Yep.
What's that
Ignore the.
No.
It was a
Ignore?
name that came up in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I was thinking of a name for my Applin, and Nectarino just popped in my head.
That's what's fun when you get names like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go. Just gotta walk slowly.
I like it.
All right, so I just set these up a couple of days ago. Since Yoshi's not here yet, I'll just go around and just scare off some bugs, so then we'll increase the chance of the stag
Like
spawning.
outdoor bookery. Oh, it's so interesting. It's like Minecraft. It's so interesting to see other people play because everybody plays a little differently.
Yeah, I especially like to go on Dream Worlds to see what people have made.
Yeah.
And you come across a lot of like very well established themed islands, some more natural looking, and like what the type of environments they come up with, like desert, forests, Pirate Island. It's all very great.
Yeah, pirate. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've got a fair amount of pirate stuff. I can just put it in the back one, for the secret beach he likes to hang out on.
So what I reckon you could do is, starting from the top here, you could just go around in a U shape where all the coconut trees are.
Okay.
And just be careful though, because the giraffe stag and the gold stag are very, very sensitive, so they scare a lot more easily.
Okay, sorry, I'm a little scared of this giant spider crab by your dock.
Oh yeah, you had to give him a name. He had a telescope, but I had to remove it.
Oh, I didn't realize. Is this something? I probably got this in the ocean. I didn't realize you put this thing out. This is scary looking. I mean, I'm expecting Godzilla to show up before this thing.
Oh, Godzilla's here. He's on the other end.
Oh yeah, Abby
Wait,
does have
I'm
Godzilla. I seen it with my own eyes. It was cool looking.
Oh yeah, I think. Oh, well, my Godzilla's blue.
Mine's black or like gray.
Yeah, because you can change the colors.
After I can check the time. It is after 5. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna have a look at the.
I'm kind of just trying to go slow here as I walk.
So just to verify, it is past 5 p.m. for you, Abby?
Yes.
Perfect.
20. Right now it's
Oh,
19 past
crap.
5.
Perfect.
I think Gulliver's here too. I don't know if that's just something in multiplayer or if he's on your own.
He's on the island. That's what Abby was saying. Gulliver just happened to spawn on his
Yep.
island today too.
Oh, red Godzilla. Hello. I see star pieces on the beach.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was looking up the shooting stars with a friend yesterday.
For you, but looks like you already.
I was actually lucky enough to get 3 Aquarius fragments.
Oh wow.
Because I'm not very lucky with those.
I'm not very lucky with that either.
I'm sure. I found that if you, because I always pick up the shells on my beach every day, and if you do that with the star pieces too, the more will show up later on.
Yeah. Let's see. I have 8 star fragments and 3 Aquarius fragments. Yeah, I think I've yet to pick up the rest.
See, this is nice and quaint. I like your
Do you have all 5?
garden,
I do have all
where all the
5.
pumpkins are, and
Oh yeah, the
Very
pumpkin
nice.
patch with the blue roses. This is actually where I used to grow my hybrids, and then when I got my first blue rose, I was very happy about that. I just planted them all here, let them duplicate, and yeah, just
now
decorate them around the island.
the flowers from spreading. At first, it's so hard to get them, and then yeah.
Actually, you're free to help yourself to some blue roses if you like. These are more spares.
Oh, I'll probably take one.
Yeah.
Where can I
Take 2,
put?
take 3.
I read. Ooh, hey, that looks like something.
Yeah, I wanted to do that since I got the blue roses.
Yeah.
This is for Sterling, and he's an eagle, and
See, I don't think I would have thought of this. Well, yeah. So I brought some large star fragments too, if you'd like some of those.
oh, really?
I just didn't know where I should drop it.
Oh, here will be fine.
Oh, okay. Oops, that's some regular ones too.
Alright, I'm about ready to come over, so get to a safe spot. I don't want you to be in the middle of catching a bug when I fly over, because then it's just going to disappear.
Okay. All right. We'll just stay here then. Without looking for us.
Alright, yeah, give me
Oh wow, that's a
a minute to write down some numbers, and then I'll be good to go.
Oh.
sure.
Alright, let's see.
Oh wow, do you have 10? How many of these large star fragments do you have?
Oh, I had 30, so I was like, oh, I'll give you 10.
Oh, thanks, much
I-
appreciated.
That's just how I get all of them. I don't actually have a lot of Celeste these days, or even stars. But if I collect all the seashells and stars on the beach during the day, more show up throughout the day. So,
Did they show up in the evening too?
sorry.
Did they respawn in the evening as well, in case I missed out on the
Oh,
day?
yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like seashells. They seem to do the same thing, like every half hour or even hour.
Where'd you get that coconut hat from? Oh, sorry, a pineapple hat.
Oh,
Is that
pineapple.
custom?
I didn't have a melon hat. I have to order that. I don't remember. I think I saw it in the shop one day and I liked it.
Oh, okay, I thought it might have been a,
we're probably
a
not super
recipe.
friends, so I probably can't make you friends. I could mail you one. That'd be fun.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes. I think we can add friends even while we're in multiplayer too.
Huh.
You certainly can.
I
I've done
yeah,
that.
I found like, oh good, my game didn't crash and then ruin the multiplayer session.
That's a lot easier.
Oh yeah. Or I can add friends when we're all done here and I can mail it to you. Well, look at that. He's got some big. Look at this. This is nice. I don't know what to call this. Your Moon Hill.
Oh yes, where I
guess
have those are the resting
big-
place of the 4 ancient
lit up.
elder turtles.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're the
they're
guardians of this island.
this is. Man, look at this. This is so nice. Best thing I think I have on my island is a color wheel of some of the flowers.
It was a bit of a pain trying to shape this cliff here with the moon on it, because I wasn't able to get it just right.
Yeah.
So I gave up for a while, then I finally came back to it, and now it's even on all sides. This looks much nicer.
I do like the rock and leaf pattern here on the ground too. That's very nice.
This used to be an empty space where I used to have lots of flowers at the beginning of the game. Then I eventually turned it into a winter-themed area, but then I got bored of that, and I just transformed it into this.
Yeah, I guess
Star.
you did start with winter when the saw, or did you?
Yeah, because I got the winter DIYs and I thought I'd make a use out of them, but just didn't look that good.
All right, I'm at the airport.
I was at the airport. Where do we stand so we can see him? We can wave.
Oh, we just stand at the entrance.
Oh, okay, I guess that works.
We just stand right here.
Hey, an outside piano. Ooh. Uh-huh.
Little street performance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm so excited. You don't have to do that for me, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, let's see. I finally got my last emoji. Love.
I'm missing out on one too. It's what's it called again? You get it from smug villages.
Showmanship?
Showmanship, that's the one.
That's what looked like what you did. Let's see which one did you do?
It's interesting.
Oh, I did Pride.
Because those
one's
Pride.
were the last two I got too, love and showmanship.
Oh, I didn't have a snooty villager for a long time. Then I got Tiffany over here. And ta-da!
I'm missing out on the smug character.
Oops. Oh, I was trying to find the showmanship one.
I was looking for either a Peppy or Smug, and then I came across Kabuki, and I invited him back. Because I like Kabuki a lot.
I had him early on. He left. Especially now that I'm getting into getting their pictures, it makes more sense how to do it now.
Oh, you mean the small portraits?
Yes. The frame.
I only have 2. One from Shavir and Sly. But not from Agnes or Clay or Sterling, who are my oldest villagers. And Walter too.
Oh, cool. Who
I've
were your
had them
2
for-
starters?
My 2 starters are Agnes and Sly.
Oh, Sly. Who's Sly? I'm not familiar with that one.
Here's the alligator
Oh.
with the camo patterns and a camo shirt.
Sounds
And
like
he also
camouflage.
has reptilian eyes, which a lot of the other alligator characters don't have for some reason.
Well, now I gotta meet him.
There you guys are. Hello.
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 The Yoshi hat.
I figured I had to. Today was a multiplayer video.
It's kind of weird just getting into dressing something that wasn't so bundled up. So, showmanship. Which one is that?
Well, hi everybody.
This is my favorite reaction.
That's a good one. The smirky one I enjoy too. Oh, it's Yoshiller.
Oh, Pikanjo.
Do you want to do a photo up?
Yes, I do.
The thumbnail? Where do you want to do it?
Right here.
Right here? Okay.
Thanks,
Can you get it?
everybody. Feel free to do whatever reaction you want. Okay, that'll do. Great. All right, I'm all set. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Alrighty.
Looking for showmanship. What does that look like?
That's right.
Is that the icon with the star on it?
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's that
Yeah,
one.
that's the one.
Like, oh yeah, that one.
It's
Don't use
striking
it
a
supposedly.
striking a
That's it.
dynamic pose.
Nice. Okay, let's get out my star net and just slowly make my U-shape walk around the island.
I said this last time
Yep,
I
I'll-
entered the southern hemisphere, but it's like stepping into the safari zone these days. You got so many creatures just roaming your island. It's so plentiful.
And it's so green too. I'm gonna miss it.
I took
Gosh, I enjoy the snow, but like, oh, man, I do miss the green.
I took my green for granted. You know, we started in spring, so I just saw green
that's
for the
nice.
first 4, 5, 6 months of the game, and now I'm like, I miss it.
And we started in autumn when the game was released, and all I could think about was, when are we getting green? Why is there green? Why is Northern Hemisphere more green than the South?
Start with the brown.
I honestly didn't get it, and then I looked up seasons, and then it made sense to me.
Alright.
How are you guys enjoying winter so far?
It's fine.
It's fun, yeah. I like the fireworks. Did you? How was? I'm curious how New Year's goes down here.
I think the same as the North,
Ooh, I'm
but
it's the green and colorful. I love it. You see your purple tulips with your white roses. That's really beautiful looking over here.
when it came to Christmas, Isabel didn't really mention snow or anything like that, because I think we might have had different dialogue than the Northern Hemisphere, Isabel. Since Christmas here is summer.
Right.
Uh.
Also, for the record, Pikanjo,
Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
found that deep sea creature over on the left side of the island that was really creepy looking. A big
Should have
spider.
done this
looking
up
thing.
before you
Yeah.
celebrate Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, I have one more, but you would have seen it when you were flying over.
Oh, you do have another one over here. Yeah, I see it.
I did some more changes since you last visited.
Yeah, it looks like you added more stuff. I don't remember the exact layout of your island, but it looks very, very pretty right now. Were these rocks here last time?
Nope. I destroyed them all and made them all spawn here.
Oh, yeah, I remember doing that. That took probably 2 weeks.
That's the way to.
Yeah, I followed
Nicely done.
a rock. Thanks. There was a rock formation tutorial that I followed, and it worked out pretty nicely. Because majority of my island is covered up, so there weren't a lot of spaces I had to cover. It was just a matter of waiting the full 6 days for all the rocks to spawn there. And
Yeah.
the sand was a last minute idea, so I guess I should have, done something about that before, but it's still okay.
It's a process.
Yeah. But I'm really happy how it turned out.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna get to deep sea diving, and I'll let you guys know if I find any new creatures. I need to double check when I'm
I'm
missing.
missing out on two. I'm missing out on 2 deep sea creatures.
Which ones are those?
Let me see what I'm missing.
I think a worm something and a spined lobster. A spiny lobster or whatever it's called.
Spiny lobster, yeah. I know
Yep.
what you're talking about.
But they won't show up until September for me, so.
Yikes! Is there a way you can come to my hemisphere and get it?
I was gonna say, I wonder if we have them. You probably do.
Okay, so vampire squids are available now. Firefly squids are not. Okay, I'm gonna look for a vampire squid. Hope for the best.
Good luck.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, I know when I was trying to farm these bugs, I did put a ton of them in a row on my beach.
the
tree.
Abby, watch any good cartoons lately?
Oh, no, but I had started watching a Kamen Rider show.
Common Rider, you say, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I've known about the series for a while, but I never watched a single show. And a couple of weeks, I decided to try out one. And the one I chose is Kamen Rider W. And I gotta say, it's a lot like watching Power Rangers, except there isn't a squad of 5 or 6. It's just one with supporting characters.
Yeah, I've never watched a
And
Common Rider show.
yeah, apparently they're all different, but same convention. The hero transforms into like a suit kind of deal and just fights monsters. In the case of W, the main character or the duet characters are detectives, and they keep the city of Futu safe from evildoers and all that. It's a pretty simple premise.
Yeah, I'm all for some simple premises. I mean, I watched Pokemon growing up. That was a simple premise. Kid collects monsters, has to get 8 gym badges, and then participate in a tournament.
Yes, participate but not win.
Not
Until Sun and Moon.
not for a long time anyway.
Hmm. I haven't watched Pokemon in a long time now. Because I've only watched a little bit of Gen 6, the X and Y series.
Hmm.
The series looked like fun. I didn't do it either.
I liked it.
It seemed alright, the animation was really cool. But I haven't watched anything on Sun and Moon, so I don't know what happened. Aside from knowing that Ash won a Pokemon League finally.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of Sun and Moon either. I watched the first episode and thought it was pretty good. And then I watched like one random episode in the middle and was like, all right, this isn't all too bad. And then I just heard that Ash won the league and I was like, whoa, cool.
I like the animation style. The art style looks really good.
Yeah, it's fluid. It looks good. I just kind of feel bad that this is where he won the league because I feel like so many people were burned by Ash losing the league in X and Y that they didn't give Sun and Moon a chance. And now Ash won and now Ash wins the league, and it's like I don't know if as many people saw it when it happened. Anyone saw the news article?
And there's a new Pokemon series going on right now, but I don't know anything about that.
Is there?
Yeah, the current one is called Pokemon Journeys, which is technically the Gen 8 anime, but it doesn't focus on the Gen 8 stuff. Well,
What does it focus on, though?
it's just Ash and this other character named Go, and they just travel the world, and Go catches pretty much every Pokemon he sees, and Ash just battles people. And Ash has a Dragonite now or something.
Oh, so
I did see some Dragonite news, yeah.
no set region, no 8 gym badges, no Pokemon League?
No, I don't think so. He's not doing gym battles. And
Huh.
I don't even know if Team Rocket has any new Pokemon. I think it's just Wobbuffet.
Oh. But do they still use gadgets and machines to try and catch Pikachu, or are they done finally?
I think they still use gadgets and machines. Like, they're still on the show. But I haven't watched enough of it, so I don't really know. But there are a couple of episodes set in the Galar region. But for the most part, it's just Ash and Go going wherever. They're just going all over the world, and Go's catching everything, and Ash is like, alright, cool, you can catch everything, but Dragonite, that's mine. Or something.
Any cameos or returning characters you know about?
I'm actually glad you asked. Slight spoilers for my viewers, although it's probably common knowledge now, it's probably not even a huge spoiler, but just in case, maybe stop watching if you're concerned about Pokemon Journey spoilers. So,
Skipped it this time frame.
yeah, allegedly, Gary is gonna come back, and allegedly, Iris from the Black and White anime is gonna come back because they appeared in the latest opening.
Oh boy.
And Iris is more interesting to me. I didn't care much for her character in Black and White, but it seems like the Pokemon anime kind of wants to distance itself from the Black and White stuff. Like, they'll still acknowledge Gen 5 Pokemon, but they'll never really acknowledge the Gen 5 anime. And that makes me curious if they're going to, like, retcon Iris, or if she'll come back and she'll still be the same character we all despise. I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Yeah, Iris is a controversial character.
Why is that? I guess I don't know what the controversy is.
Do you want to answer this, Abby, or do you want me to answer it?
I think you should start us off.
Okay. Without going into like a 50-minute conversation about the Black and White anime, although we can do that if you want. So
There's also a video that you
I
made.
did make a video on it defending the Black and White anime because I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. But to give you the summarized version, Pikanjo, you have to understand that the Black and White anime was like a soft reset for the Pokemon anime in general.
Okay.
So Misty and Brock are gone. All of Ash's previous Pokemon besides Pikachu, not really acknowledged. And like they tried to make it so that new viewers could get into the show as easily as possible, right? And so they gave Ash 2 new traveling companions. Silent, who was the first gym leader in the game, and Iris, who is the 8th gym leader if you're playing Pokemon White version. And the thing is, some people just wanted them to be Brock and Misty 2.0. And they weren't. I mean, they kind of were, but they weren't. But the other thing, besides people wanting them to be Brock and Misty 2.0 and them just not being that, was Iris in particular didn't really have much of a personality besides just insulting Ash. Whereas when Misty would insult Ash, Ash was usually justified. Or rather, I'm sorry, Misty was usually justified. She would insult Ash and say, "You're an idiot, you have no idea what you're doing!" And she was kind of right. When Iris insults Ash, it's a little weird because Ash is just like battling in the way that he knows how and doing stuff that tends to work, and Iris just insults him anyway. But Iris doesn't really do much on her own. Like, she doesn't really have a personality outside of just insulting Ash. Oh, and hating ice type.
And climbing trees.
Climbing trees, but Ash can do that too. So it's weird. Silent was at least humorous, and he was kind of cool because they set up this dynamic where Ash could beat certain trainers but couldn't beat some others, but the ones he couldn't beat, Silent could, and so that was kind of neat. And Iris, they tried real hard to make the audience care about her, but she's like not deserving of it. It's like so forced. It's like, I don't care about any of this. Silent's at least nice and respectable, but Iris is just kind of a whiny jerk who just insults other people because she doesn't have anything better going for her. So that's really all there is to it.
She has a goal at least, but it's not really explored as much. The whole point of her is she wants to become a dragon master, but for the majority of the series, she only had one dragon type, which was Axew, the first stage Pokemon that eventually evolves into Hexaurus, and that Pokemon never evolves or even battles that much.
Yeah, she uses it like twice. It learned Giga Impact and then like never used it again after it learned it.
And then further down the line, she eventually encounters a stray Dragonite, who is pretty much like Charizard 2.0, except more angry and aggressive and doesn't cooperate, but incredibly strong. And she eventually catches him, but it's still very disobedient. But very strong in battle. But the problem is, and the one episode I had a major problem was that she had a battle against her rival, who is an ice type trainer, and she loses to the Dragonite, but not taking commands from Iris at all. Essentially, Dragonite won all on his own. And What was that girl's name? The ice type trainer?
Georgia, I think. It's either Georgia or Burgundy. 'Cause I get the
Georgia.
both of them backwards. And it's not so much that she's an ice type trainer. It's just that she's a trainer that happens to have ice type Pokemon. She like lives to destroy dragon type Pokemon or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's more correct. Because I think she has other non-ice type Pokemon, does she?
Yeah, I think she has like a Bisharp or a Ponyard. She had a Ponyard because she fought Ash with it.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, she calls her out on it, saying, "Well, you only beat me because, you technically couldn't even beat me. It was Dragonite that beat me, not you." And then Iris is there, awkwardly laughing it off, acting like she earned that victory when she really didn't.
The thing is, I don't mind her having a disobedient Pokemon because it could have helped her develop her character better. But it's like she already
But it
had
didn't.
Excadrill, which didn't really listen to her, and then they kind of resolved that super quickly, and they were like, shoot, we resolved that too quickly. Let's give her another Pokemon that won't listen to her. Dragonite, and then she like never used Excadrill again. And I was like, what was the point? What was the point?
Yeah, because her only Dragon Pokemon for a while didn't really do anything, and then Dragonite was more of a shoehorn
Hmm.
that didn't listen. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. The whole disobedient thing is not the issue, but it just felt shoehorned in because, oh, right, she wants to become a Dragon Master. I guess we should probably work on that, I guess.
I appreciate that each main character had their own rival in Black and White. I really do. I like that dynamic a lot, and I liked that they all fought each other's rivals, but they couldn't beat their own. I thought,
Oh yeah, I'd say that's a huge positive for the Gen 5 anime is the support casts were pretty good.
yeah. But my issue is
Kenyan,
after that Pokemon World Tournament arc, the only rival to ever show up again was Trip, and then he was immediately thrown away after a one-on-one battle with Ash in the first round.
in the preliminary. In the preliminary.
So long story short, Pikanjo, Black and White actually had a fair share of good characters and actually some well-animated battles, but they just they didn't get one anywhere.
Yeah,
It left a lot to be desired.
Oh,
it felt pretty contrived.
Hmm.
And also, Ash's team wasn't all that memorable.
They really tried to make Oshawott
There was
popular.
Oshawott. Oh yeah, the comic relief, cute Pokemon.
Yeah.
He was okay, although I didn't really buy the match between him and Hydra.
Oh yeah, I don't actually care for his Oshawott, but it seemed like that was the poster boy Pokemon that they wanted.
Yeah.
But it didn't really matter because despite having like 10, 11 Pokemon if you count Charizard, Ash usually just defaulted to Pikachu anyway. And then second in command was like Tepig or Pignite, I guess. He mainly used those two. But yeah, he had some cool stuff like Leavanny and Boldore and Palpitoad, but then never used them. Especially Palpitoad. If you go on Bulbapedia, it says Ash's Palpitoad is the Pokemon that was absent the longest while still being in rotation on Ash's team. The record could otherwise go to Kingler, but Kingler was always meant to just like be a backup Pokemon. It was sidelined from the get-go.
There was Krokorok though. Krokorok was a pretty cool recurring Pokemon that Ash eventually caught.
Krokorok was cool. I feel like they had more planned for it, but they had to scrap it because it was confirmed that it was gonna appear in that episode that got banned. In the limited previews that got shown, it was shown in that episode. And I don't know if he was going to catch it there, but it was at least going to appear in that episode. And then the episode never aired, so they had to rewrite a bunch of stuff. And then Krokorok disappeared for like 60 episodes until Ash finally caught it. For the record, the banned episode I'm talking about is Team Rocket versus Team Plasma.
Oh yes, I remember now. Which we never got to see ever until we
Well, it never aired.
got the but then we got to see Team Plasma, but it was the Black and White 2 reiteration.
Yeah, and they rewrote the entire arc, and some of the animation from Team Rocket versus Team Plasma was reused in other episodes, but I really just wanted to see the original Team Rocket versus Team Plasma because it really did feel like it was going to be this climactic showdown, that wasn't even going to concern Ash necessarily. He was just going to get roped into it. But instead,
Like he normally does.
yeah, but it seemed cool that way. But now instead, what we got was this kind of contrived story about Team Plasma, in which the solution just wound up being, Pikachu's my friend, and because he's my friend, we have this strong bond, and you'll never beat us. And that was it. Ash didn't even use Charizard, despite him getting Charizard in that arc.
Take a drink whenever Pikachu gets possessed.
There were 2 times that the Pokemon anime has done a possession story correctly. One was the Orange Islands episode that I really like, called Pikachu Revolts. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I know I watched the Orange Islands. I don't recall that name though.
Was that the one where hypnotized the majority of the Pokemon?
This time it's a Drowsy.
It was a Drowsy.
Oh, it's that one.
And basically what happens is Ash and his friends arrive on an island, and as soon as they get there, none of their Pokemon listen to them. Instead, they start attacking them. And they realize it's Team Rocket's doing, but it's not Jesse and James Team Rocket. It's Butch and Cassidy Team Rocket.
Butch and Cassidy. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I know that episode. Yeah, it was Drowsy. I thought it was Hypno.
So that's a different episode. That's like one of the earliest episodes of the show where they arrive in a city, and all the kids are being controlled by a Hypno.
Yeah, adults having trouble sleeping, so using Hypno.
Yeah.
I remember first showing that episode. Someone trying to get somebody into the cartoon. And then this is the episode that was on that day, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't the episode you should start with.
It's not great. It's filler, though, so like you really could just skip it.
Butch and Cassidy, right?
Yep, Butch and Cassidy.
And I'm Butch.
And the reason I like that episode is because Ash actually has to, like, strategically... Oh, hey, I got a new deep-sea creature. I got a vampire
Which
squid.
one?
Oh, nice.
But I like that episode because in that one, Ash actually has to use his brain, and they actually have to work with Jesse and James to overcome the obstacle. And that's always just kind of a fun trope that I like. Villains and heroes working together to take on a greater threat. So that one works.
Me too.
There is no...
Strange bedfellows.
Yeah, there is no, Pikachu, you gotta recognize me, it's me, Ash, and then Pikachu just breaks free. Like...
It just gets Pikachu to attack the big machine.
Yeah, you tricked Pikachu.
I think at this point, Ash can withstand electricity. I mean, he's immune to it.
Probably.
Hard ground type confirmed.
Even though it still hurts him. Just like Onyx. Oh.
And then the other mind control episode that I think works well is actually in the X and Y anime. What happens is, Ash's Pikachu goes missing because it's possessed by a Malamar, that upside-down squid Pokemon.
Whoa.
And,
Oh, the evil squid thing.
yeah, it makes a bunch of Pokemon go missing, and so Clement, Ash's companion at the time, builds a robot to help him find Pikachu. And it basically tracks it down, and they follow the robot, and the robot gets stuck at a gate outside of a factory. And they're like, oh, I guess Pikachu's inside the factory. So they go inside, and the Malamar becomes so strong that it starts mind controlling everyone else, including humans. But the 2 people that become immune to it are Ash and Meowth. Like Team Rocket Meowth. And the reason they're immune to it is because Meowth discovered that if you're in pain, you can't be mind controlled. So Meowth, like, slashed Ash in the face, and the pain was so great for Ash that he couldn't be mind controlled. And so Ash tried the whole shtick of like, come on Pikachu, you gotta listen to me, and Pikachu was still attacking him. And what basically happened was the Pikachu finding robot that got stuck on the gate earlier comes crashing into the Malamar. It's like, hey, I found Pikachu, and it like crashes into Pikachu. And the explosion like takes out the Malamar, and everyone gets freed in the mind control for long enough to escape. And I'm like, oh, that's like a cool way to do the mind control plot, because you've established elements earlier on in the episode, so it doesn't feel like a Deus Ex Machina. So those are the 2 that I think work well, but Abby's right. They've done like 10 mind control episodes.
That's what kind of got me
What-
to stop watching
what-
during Journeys. It's just kind of repetition of the stories. Like, we did this already.
like over 2 decades of doing the anime and writing and having hundreds of episodes and possibly getting new team members,
Mhm.
it's pretty likely to forget what types of episodes you've written.
Sure.
Because a lot of them, aside from the whole Ash premise, rinse and repeat, region 8 badges league, there are a lot of single episodes that are the same premise as previous ones, but I don't think they're going to remember what type of episodes or what story premises they've done exactly every time.
Yeah, exactly. And beyond that, even the battles that, or even the episodes that are planned, like battles, they have to make sure that the battles are different enough every time. And so you're bound, the show's had over 1,000 episodes. You're gonna repeat yourself at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I want to ask you, out of all of Ash's teams in each region, which one is your favorite?
Ah, that is a good question, Abby. Because my favorite Pokemon of his is Bayleaf, and that's why it's my favorite Pokemon overall. But
Of course.
his Johto team is just like Kanto Team 2.0, but he actually keeps the Pokemon and the Fire type listens to him. So, for that reason, I kind of like his Unova team. But I feel like that's a cheap answer, right? Because he has more on his Unova team than any other region.
Yeah, because I think it's the first time he's really rotated Pokemon
It
out.
was the only time, unless you count Pokemon Leagues, where he's like, I'll use Krabby for this battle. So, his Unova team probably is my favorite for that reason. But, like, in terms of Pokemon personalities, I do like his Gen 2 Mons a lot. I do like Bayleaf and the hyperactive Totodile, and he rarely ever used Noctowl, but I got the vibe that every time it was sent out, I thought it was better than everyone, and I just kind of liked that. So.
Yeah, it's very nice when each of the Pokemon have different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Chikorita was overly affectionate. Yeah, Totodile was hyperactive, and I
Cyndaquil
think,
was like always asleep or something.
or
Shy.
like had Cyndaquil. I think also had confidence issues
Yeah, it
too.
was shy. It didn't like battling, basically. It's not that it didn't want to battle like Charizard, it was just it didn't like battling, it was scared.
Remember in Gen 4, the Pokemon League, when he brought him back and evolved into Quilava?
Oh, dude, that moment made me so happy. Uh, just so you know, my Pokemon Bata series was heavily inspired by that whole Pokemon League arc. The idea of bringing back my old Pokemon and like constructing new teams in combination with new Pokemon was heavily inspired by that whole arc. And
that was by far my favorite league to watch.
oh, mine too. It was a trip because at that point I had like stopped watching the Pokemon anime. I'd gotten tired of it, and the new voice actors weren't really doing it for me. But then I heard that they were going to do a black and white anime, and that Team Rocket was going to be serious, and so I tried catching up. And so the Sinnoh League was just starting. It was like 2 or 3 episodes in, and I was watching a battle, and Ash sent out his Heracross. And I'm like, what the heck? Ash is using Heracross? What did I miss? And so I went back, and I was like, whoa, they evolved his Cyndaquil. Whoa, all of his stuff's coming back. Whoa, all the animation's actually like really freaking good. What the heck happened? And, a lot of people give that league bad reviews because of the battle with Ash and Tobias. But, like, I really like that. I really like that battle, too, because that battle...
I liked it
moves.
too.
The whole thing's in one episode, and the
It's
animation's awesome. But
and also it's the best that Ash has ever battled.
Yeah.
Like at that point, he was at his absolute best.
I still get a kick out of looking at old forum threads and watching people speculate on the Sinnoh League episodes, because I guess it was rumored that a person with a legendary would show up, and people kept wondering who it was going to be. So it's really cool watching people say like, what's going to happen? Wait, Ash is fighting Paul now, so is Ash going to win? But then where's this guy with a legendary Pokemon going to show up? And so on and so forth. And then Barry says something like, I saw this really creepy trainer. I think he used Darkrai, and that's when all the speculators were like, oh, that must be the trainer, but when does that guy come into play? And then there was also the fun speculation of, well, what's Ash going to use? Like, it was fun looking at the previews that they do every week, and they're like, next time on Pokemon, and you get that little 30-second promo, and you just see, like, 2 or 3 clips, and in one of the clips you see a shiny Noctowl, and you're like, oh god, Ash is using Noctowl? That's awesome. And just stuff like that.
Huh. My issue with that league was I wish that Paul and Ash battled much later on,
I mean, it was the quarterfinals.
like in the later brackets.
The quarterfinals. It was the
Yeah, but
final.
I kind of wish it was a semifinal, so more would be at stake.
It was the early.
But other than that,
The quarterfinals makes a bit more sense to me because that was the earliest part of the league where a 6-on-6 battle could take place. And I guess they really had to wrap stuff up for the show. Because the Sinnoh League at the time was the longest Pokemon League arc. It's like 9 episodes. And to have Ash and Paul's battle take up 3 of that, it's a lot. So I get it. And then they fit all of Ash's and Tobias's battle into 1 episode, and that's kind of why I like it, because it just moves. It doesn't feel like it's padding.
at the same time, it really did feel like they were just trying to rush things along. But hey, it worked out because it was so memorable. People hate it, but you still talk about it.
Yeah, I love it. That's like one of my favorite parts of the show. That got me back into watching the show. I was so excited every time a new episode would come out and someone would upload it to YouTube. And I remember when Ash battled Tobias, that was like an event. Because I remember people were talking about, whoa, Ash is fighting a Darkrai? What the heck? Like, what did I miss? How long have I, like, how long have I not been watching the show?
Where is it?
And in short, when people were uploading YouTube clips of that episode, you know, they were getting copyright struck immediately. But those videos were still getting like 1 million, 2 million views a video before they would get taken down. And it was crazy. It was like people could not believe that this is what was happening in the show now. Also, Pikanjo, on the west beach, there is a beetle on this tree. I don't know what type it is. It's not a golden stag, but it's something. So you might want to come and check it out.
No.
Does it have really long pincers?
I think so.
Ooh.
Go get it.
Sorry,
It could be a Miyama.
Go buy a new net. My one broke.
Okay.
It could be a Miyama stag. It could be a Sol stag, or it could be a giraffe stag.
Well,
Yeah, giraffe. Know what that's supposed to look
I'll
like.
keep an eye on it for you.
170B for
Don't-
your
don't-
bet.
don't-
Oh, I should probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks. Oh, that's fine. That's a Miyama stag.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, Miyama or Sol, because they kind of look similar.
Oh, Pikanjo, do you need either of those?
I caught both of those a bit today.
Oh, should I just go catch it then? Or do you want it?
That's fine.
You can get it out of me if you want it. I don't need it.
Okay. You see how I'm moving normally, like this?
You want me to look? Okay, I'll look. Aha.
So when you're up against like the giraffe, the cyclamantis, or the golden stag, you want to move as slowly as you can.
Oh, you should be telling Pikanjo this. I'm not the one that needs them.
Yeah, I'm running over to see his style.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
it.
Where are you?
I'm not
Oh,
trying.
here you go.
I tried to walk close. I didn't know where you were.
So I say from here, if you see it, or just a little bit further, approach it slowly like this.
Oh, you don't have your net ready to go. You just kind of.
No, you do want to have your net ready too.
Yeah, I know. When of course in multiplayer, when you walk slow, it looks like I'm just kind of skidding on one foot.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
But
you,
yeah,
I see that's what you're doing. Me, I'm just very walking slowly.
Wait,
Okay.
do you have your net ready as well when you do that?
Well, yeah. Usually, I'm just doing just very, very slowly. You know.
Yeah, just pressing like you hold down A, so then
Yeah, if you hold on A, then you're
and then when you get close enough, when you're in range, you just let go.
stick to make me go really slow. But okay, maybe I don't know if it works for you.
It definitely works for me.
I'm just kind of slowly.
Yeah, I mean, I
walking.
just saw him catch it. So I can attest.
I was gonna get some fish bait, but I can't dig up anything.
Oh, there's manila clams on the
It's-
south.
it's-
Oh, yeah, you can't dig up anything because you guys aren't friends. Alright, well, whatever.
We're not friends.
It's the same way you would approach a rancho or a scorpion. You just gotta approach them very slowly.
I'll have
And
to. I have to show you my video I put on Twitter. My very graceful catching of a scorpion.
I actually uploaded some clips from my Switch onto my Twitter.
Twitter.
One of them is me having a fight with a scorpion, and ugh.
Did you win?
I lost, but then I won round 2
Oh, that's the spirit.
because you know when you get stung by one of those and then you spawn right in front of your house. There was another one right next to it, so I got that instead. So I took it as, oh, you're the same one. Well, round 2, baby.
Gotcha.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to actually run into it, but I wanted to try.
There's another stag up there if you want to catch it, but it's not a gold or giraffe.
I've caught a fair few of the saw and the M word stag.
Miyama?
Miyama or Mayama?
Is that? See, I'm like, maybe. I don't think I could say it correctly, so I didn't try.
It's fine. We're probably saying it correctly.
Yep. Miyamo stag.
Malamar stag.
Slowly.
Malamer. It's not Malamar, it's Malamer.
Oh, is that it? Oops.
Like, I was missing the... I might say this one correctly either. I was missing, like, the Raichu goldfish for a while. And instead of because I was fishing in a pond at the wrong altitude. I'm like, oh, so then I put one, like, down, like, oh, there's one. That's like an all year, all day one, too.
Oh, Yosh, I asked you what your favorite team was, but I want to tell you mine.
Yeah, what's your favorite? I'm sorry, how rude of me. What is your favorite?
Oh, sorry. My favorite is Gen 4.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I just like Chimchar's character growth. How he was treated horribly and brought in by Ash, and then he became stronger thanks to him. And the whole time, Chimchar wanted to prove how strong he can be against Paul. He just wanted to prove him wrong. I really like that aspect. What's that? Is it Weasel?
Weasel, yeah.
Yeah, Breezel. I like Breezel too. He was like the serious-minded, and always had his arms crossed. I like that little personality quirk.
For sure.
I like Staraptor because it's just a cool bird Pokemon. But like all the other bird Pokemon, it really has no personality. It was just the obligatory bird Pokemon like Ash always catches at the beginning of each region.
Yeah, the only bird of Ash's that ever had a personality was his Rowlet, and even then that's kind of cheap because it was a starter Pokemon more than it was a bird. But whatever.
I like Gliscor too, who was just trying to learn how to fly and use Giga Impact.
Mm-hmm.
And then he eventually caught a Gibble. Oh, my favorite battle was the battle between Ash and Paul. It was after Paul's lost against Brandon.
That's right.
And he dominated Ash, but I just like seeing his team afterwards because they're all bandaged up and Ash gave him some pep talk. And it just made the team feel more like the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
Like the underdog team.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed Gen 4 team a lot.
I think. I mean, I did like his Gibble, but he only ever battled with it twice.
Hmm.
Yeah, his Gen 4 Pokemon are cool, but I think I just prefer the more wacky, outlandish personalities of his Pokemon just a little more. But I did appreciate him mixing his teams together in the Sinnoh League, kind of for that reason. Just kind of like a blend of everything that happened up to that point. Because looking back at the Sinnoh League now, it really does feel like the end of an era. Because Black and White changed everything. So when time came along...
it was like a homage to his previous Pokemon.
Yeah, like they really made a big deal.
I loved seeing Sceptile actually take down Darkrai. I was very excited about that.
Oh yeah, that was...
Because I liked Sceptile back in Gen 3.
Yeah, that was incredibly hype. It was... I remember when that happened too. Even the announcer in the episode's like, I can't believe it! Darkrai's been defeated! And then Ash has like this smug look, and his opponent just gets like this serious expression on his face. And then Latios. And then I give the editors of that episode credit for actually not spoiling the fact that Darkrai was going to get taken down. They made it look like Ash was just going to get swept. There's no clips of Latios in the preview at all.
I did scratch my head at Torko. That was a pretty poor choice.
I think the only reason for that, well, I think there's two reasons. One, they wanted to really showcase as many of Ash's Pokemon as possible during the Sinnoh League, and he hadn't used Torkoal yet. He did
The
use Heracross twice, which is kind of weird, but I guess like if I'm fighting a dark type Pokemon, bringing a bug fighting type is probably the smartest thing I could do.
And also teaching him sleep talk. That was so clever on Ash's
Yeah,
part.
it was smart. So I get it. Like
He lost. He lost, but he was able to get some damage at least. So Heracross had his time to shine against a legendary 101, which is pretty awesome.
right. So he used Heracross twice, and then of course one of his Pokemon has to be Pikachu. So you're left with 4 Pokemon. And so I think they just tried to pick 4 Ash hadn't used yet. So it was Sceptile, Torkoal, Swellow, and who am I forgetting? Gibble. Gibble's the last one.
Gibble.
'Cause it,
Oh yeah, I remember Tobias complimented on Gibble.
yeah, he was like, that would have taken out any Pokemon, but not Darkrai, or something like that. Yeah, it's a cool shot of Darkrai dodging the Draco Meteor, but yeah, everyone hates the episode because Ash lost. I'm like, I think that it's so well animated though, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I really enjoyed that battle in that episode.
I could go on and on about it. I think you've heard me say enough.
That's alright. It's fun to talk about because it was just such a fun time and memorable moment with that battle.
It's a fun arc. I just really liked it.
Also, Paul is one of the best rival characters
Yeah, I can agree with that.
because he's the antithesis of Ash.
They really know, for a show that runs for so long, they really know when to like give the fans what they want and make like a very climactic battle. Because they did that with Ash versus Gary and Ash versus Paul, and they did a fantastic job both times. It's just such a shame what happened to Black and White, because it's like, you guys clearly know what you're doing. So something happened during production, and you were like, we can't do the climactic battles that we want to do for Black and White. I don't know.
Do you? But speaking of leagues, do you remember much from Gen 3? Because I kind of skipped over it.
I skipped over it too. That's when I kind of fell out. I skipped over Gen 3. Whoa! I just caught a giant fish. I just got a Napoleon fish.
Hey, cool.
I skipped over Gen 3. I like just couldn't really get into it. That's when I started falling out of Pokemon, and then I didn't tune back in until the Sinnoh League.
Yeah, fair. I kind of skipped out on it as well. I just saw some episodes here and there, but I wasn't really much into it due to pressure from high school.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And then, like, laid it down, like, during my last couple of years, I just stopped caring. I just watched and played whatever I wanted, without anyone's judgment.
Right there. That's kind of how it goes. I remember seeing comics of, like, when you're in elementary school, everyone plays Pokemon, and then you're in middle and high school, and people are like, ew, you play Pokemon? And then you get to college, and everyone's like, yeah, Pokemon!
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, yes, I remember that comic.
Yeah.
Pokemon's cool again.
Yeah. You realize, well, yeah, it's a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Like, who cares if you like it?
He's got it.
Yes, my very own sea bass. I've always wanted one. Alright, I'll get out of here so some more bugs can spawn in this general area. But we are gonna have to wrap up soon, just so you guys know. We are reaching the end. You guys are more than welcome to keep playing, but I have to dip in a couple minutes. Don't feel like you gotta stop playing Animal Crossing today because I'm done recording soon, but I will be done recording soon.
To abruptly leave.
You just want me to abruptly leave?
You mean the disconnect?
I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna do that, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you got disconnected or you just left all of a sudden.
Oh no, I'm still here. I'm fishing.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what was going on.
I'm giving you guys the heads up now that like in 2 or 3 minutes I'm gonna have to dip.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it is 11 o'clock over here and I have to get up early in the morning.
Were you able to accomplish what you
I
wanted?
mean, I got a firefly squid. Or a vampire squid. I got one of them. Which one did I get? I was looking for like 2 or 3 and I got one of them, so that's a success in my book.
Now, yeah.
I think you mentioned the vampire
I think
squid.
that's what I got, yeah. And that's the good one to get, because I think the other two that I'm missing... Yeah, I'm missing firefly squid, and I did get vampire squid. Vampire squid is the one I needed, because that's the one that's only available in the southern hemisphere right now. At least the other one that I'm missing, which is the vampire squid and the spider crab, will be available in March. So,
Okay.
of the 3 I could have gotten today, that's
Yeah, I was wondering what we were missing because we didn't get the ability to do it until after.
yeah, yeah. So there's just one that I missed from the get-go. So I'm gonna get...
And I only have one more bug to catch,
Which one is...
and that's the fly.
Oh, just a fly?
Oh, flaw!
And do those spawn in those spawn at any season, right?
Yes, they're all day, all year, and they
Is
only
that what
spawn
cans
around
do?
trash.
Right, I saw you had some cans over there, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and I haven't been lucky so far.
Rotten turnips than anything.
They do spawn rotten turnips.
Oh, rotten turn.
So if you want some, I actually have rotten turnips on my own island, because I've been...
I do too. It's on my garbage beach.
Yeah, I've
So-
been
Oh, cool.
farming bugs, so if you need anything, I'm more than willing to send you a rotten turnip in the mail, if I'm allowed to,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's-
please.
in the mail.
Yes, please. I would appreciate it.
for sure.
Because I really want to get that golden net and finally complete my bugpedia once and for all.
I am
Well,
missing a
Abby, for all
mocking.
the time you've let me spend on this island catching fish, catching bugs, catching deep sea creatures, and taking your supplies, the least I can do is send you a spoiled turnip. So I will gladly
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You got it. Well, let me catch like 3 more fish and then I'll be out of here.
Sure.
I'll probably pay just a little longer myself because actually right now it's the same date for you and I.
Oh, yeah.
It's now after midnight for me.
Oh, yikes. Once again, thank you for playing at such unconventional hours for Animal Crossing.
It's late.
Well, yeah, and yeah, thanks for allowing me to do it at this time as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're on your time, so we wanted to do it at a time that was convenient for you. It just happened to be a time that also allowed the vampire squid to spawn. So that worked out for me.
Hmm. Right now it's 6:15 and it is cloudy and windy.
Yeah, it sounds just like where I live right now.
At least right now, I haven't even looked outside yet.
Yesterday was 38 degrees Celsius,
Oof.
and now today is 21.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Actually, no, scratch that. It's 18 degrees
Okay,
Celsius.
that's cool. Because I was thinking, wait a minute, 30 degrees Celsius sounds normal, 18 degrees Celsius sounds cold. Because 0 degrees Celsius is the same as 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was 40 degrees Fahrenheit today here in California. So 40 degrees Celsius or 30 degrees Celsius, I guess wouldn't be that cold. If I may say so.
we have the dock on the same spot as well as that piece of island that sticks out on the end. The peninsula. There we go.
Alright, I'm gonna get 1 more fish, and then I'm leaving.
And
Oh, okay, 1 more bug and 1 more fish. Give me your bug.
yeah, I have to add you as a Switch friend so I can mail you the hat.
Wait, do I have you added as a friend too? Oh, I have you added on Switch, but do I have you in my Nook friends thingy?
No, that's it.
Best friends list.
Nada.
Yeah. Friends because we're not Switch friends.
Let
So,
me
yeah.
see.
Yeah, I'm trying to touch the crab.
Never became best friends with Cody. That's my bad. And I'll become best friends with Nara. That makes it easier. Maybe we are best friends already. I'm not seeing you on here, Abby.
How do we add each other on Animal Crossing?
Well, you gotta... Okay, so you press ZL, You go to the second page by pressing R, and you go to Best Friends list, and then
Yep.
you look at your friends, and you can send invites to them. If I'm not seeing you, your name should just be William or something, right?
Yep. Let's
Do you
see.
see a Yoshiller?
Best friends. If I just go to just friends,
Yeah,
right?
just all. Because you can have friends and best friends.
All in all. Okay. Let's see. Jug. Okay. Nope, I don't see
Do I not
you.
have you added on Switch? I thought I did.
Nope.
Okay, I'll add you afterward.
You
Then.
didn't switch friends either?
Yeah, we might not be.
I could just.
I think every time we played it was dodo codes.
Yeah. Just like right now, the third time. I could just type down my friend code in this group chat if you like.
That's probably easier. That way Pikanjo can get you too if need be.
Yeah, and I'll also add you, Pico.
Alright. So let's see my final results for the day.
Making mail stuff.
Nice. So I have to
I think there's a achievement for that too.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what?
Called Soul Shock.
Oops.
What if that was a sword, huh?
Cha-ching. Yeah.
Well, I got more than enough deep sea creatures today, but in terms of fish,
It's kind of nice to run into other stags. It's been a while since I've seen them on trees.
I guess I should actually catch 3 more. Because that way, if I catch 3 more, I'll end my total count at 2,090 for the day. So, sorry, I gotta get 3 more and then I'm gonna leave.
Hey, no problem.
Okay.
As long as the text. I'm not really doing anything afterwards.
Well, I appreciate you letting me do all this on your time. So thank you again.
That's okay.
Yeah, I can't dig up and make fish bait either.
There's a fish over by the bridge over there.
I think I need the mahi mahi, and that's only on the pier.
Well, I can give you some fish bait, Pikanjo. I have some
okay.
on me right now. Do you want me to do that? Like, are you going to keep playing after I leave, or do you want me to give it to you a different time?
I'll probably stop here shortly, but yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you a different time then. We'll probably have another multiplayer session in the future, and I'll just give it to you.
Let's see if one would spawn actually on the dock, but nothing here yet.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
catch
the-
these fish without using fish bait, because I want to save it for when I go back to my own island.
Yeah, Pico, you're free to stay as long as you like.
Okay. I mean, it is late, and for me.
And if it takes too long, then we can always try another time because I'll show you now. The gold and giraffe stag are around until, well, they're around January and February.
Yeah, I knew there was through February. I know it was longer though. I was just looking at, apparently I missed the mahi mahi as well, but that's available through April on the dock. It's like the only fish I'm missing.
Oh, the mahi. Mahi.
I always think of Splatoon 1 when I think of mahi mahi.
Because there's Mahi Mahi Resort, right? That was the idea.
It's very large. It's only on the dock, or sorry, pier.
Oh, they're available from November to April.
Yeah.
All day, too.
I was like, wow, it's just, I don't know how rarity the pier stuff works, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I caught one on...
Yeah.
I remember catching one on a friend's island in the Northern Hemisphere.
Ah. Yeah, I was pretty diligent on everything, and then like, I missed all of these.
Yoshiller, I started catching the stag beetles on Juggy's island.
Oh yeah?
It was also the first time I visited his island too, and he let me catch a bunch of stag beetles that weren't on my island during the time.
Well, Abby, thanks for living in the Southern Hemisphere, because now we're basically just trading.
Yeah. I guess this is more or less trading, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't actually trade bugs in the game, so this is the next best thing. I got my golden stag after playing at like 4 in the morning, out of an act of desperation of like, alright, I'll play for a little longer, but if I don't get it today, then I'm gonna give up. I probably will never get the gold net. And like right after I gave that whole speech, one spawned, and I was like,
Yeah, I was like, fine, here.
yeah,
Get him, Yoshiller.
got
There
it.
you go.
I know, I'm not.
Yoshiller's greatest top 10 Yoshiller's greatest anime moments. Number 1, the Golden Stag.
I probably had more intense moments than that in this series, but yeah,
I don't know how I...
I'm glad it worked out.
Number 2, Yoshiller's black and white defense video.
That's it, great. And there was the time I had to catch 100 fish in a row, and I just did that all in one day thanks to Charles, and now, to pay him back, I'm getting Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I got the 55 on that one. I keep messing up.
Oh, Charles Bernardo?
Yeah, Charles had me go over to his island, and he kept making fish bait in the background while I just kept fishing until I caught 100 fish in a row.
Oh,
and I said, in exchange, I'll buy Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh.
So now I'm committed to that, and in 2 months I'm gonna get Monster Hunter Rise.
Does he have his Dream World available? Because I would like to visit his.
He might. He hasn't played in a while, but I can make him get that.
Okay, cool. If he's willing to.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I chat with him on the regular, so I can ask him for you.
How is he, by the way?
I'm pretty sure he's fine. I mean, you know, we're all locked inside because of real world circumstances, but that, like, for what it is, he's still animating. We're still playing games together.
Yoshiller's video.
In fact, we've been playing a lot of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 together.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of that. I'm not really big into Puyo Puyo or Tetris, but it was just interesting to watch.
That's okay. He's good at them, which makes it hard to play against him. Okay.
Yeah, I remember we talked very briefly a few years ago. He's a big Tales of fan.
He is. He loves those JRPGs. Yeah, I'll get you two in a session together one of these days.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Animal Crossing is gonna wrap up soon, so it'll probably be like a Mario Kart session, or if you don't have Mario Kart, maybe like Smash Bros or something. We'll see. Or maybe Animal Crossing. Maybe I'll make it work out. I don't want to promise anything, but I'll try to make it work out if that's something you want, Abby. It's the least I could do for you letting me come over to your island and catch a bunch of stuff.
Oh heck yeah! If it's ever possible, that'll be really fun.
I will try to make it work.
If not, then that's okay.
For sure.
In my 2 years of owning a Nintendo Switch, I still don't have Mario Kart, but I do have Crash Team Racing,
You don't need
which
Mario
is pretty fun.
I need to get back into that. I barely touched it.
Alright, I'm gonna catch this one last fish, and then I'm gonna press the minus button, get the heck out of here, give Blathers the vampire squid.
Just looking, making sure I'm not missing anything down here. Nah, no bugs over here.
When Yoshiller leaves, I could just go around and start scaring off the bugs to increase the chance of the stags appearing.
Yeah, when I leave, the bugs are gonna reset as well, so there's a good chance you might actually see another
Head over
stag.
in case. No, wait, I'm not standing in front of him. Okay, show
I
up.
think I'm all set. Am I safe to press the minus button now?
Should be good.
Alright. Thank you,
It's
everybody.
for me.
Here we go. Return to my island. Job well done. I didn't catch 50 fish, 40 bugs, and 20 deep sea creatures today. It was more like I caught 100 deep sea creatures, like 20 fish, and 30 bugs, but I'll still take that. Caught a bunch of deep sea creatures.
Wasn't all for nothing.
Yeah.
You checked your credit prices, Yoshiller?
I can't check my turnip prices because the shop is closed right now.
No. That's right. Forgot. It's late.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's 170 here. It's like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, mine's 170 right now?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Oh, okay.
I just checked when I was selling some bugs.
Oh.
Alright, now slowly walk over here, check the trees again.
I don't really buy any toners because I have a lot of money.
Yeah, no,
Well, I'm doing it. I haven't finished the Nook achievement on that either, so that's why I'm still doing it.
yeah, I knocked out achievement a little while ago. I bought turnips recently just to do it, to at least buy turnips once this year. But now I just have them rotting away on my beach so I can catch some more bugs. Speaking of, I'm gonna go catch some bugs real quickly, and then I'll donate this vampire squid.
Yeah, I do like a lot of the color on your island. Maybe it's just because it's green, but it's like, wow, a lot of work here.
I really don't want the green to go away. It looks so good.
Something like, when does that stop for you? Come March or April?
Yeah, coming March.
March? Okay.
Well, at least.
And then we'll be back to autumn.
Oh. Yeah.
The washed out green color just ugh. It doesn't look bad, but I'm not really big into autumn.
Oh, right.
I'm more of a spring, summer guy.
Yeah, spring. Those are very pretty times. I knew it was pretty, but then it's like, wow. I mean, it's pretty in the snow, but man, these pink roses just pop on the green. Look at that.
Well, at least throughout the year, your island is more green than any other color. Alright, I'm gonna donate this squid and then I'm done recording. So make a donation.
I almost considered Hemisphere, but because I don't know when the events are. It's like, well, better not do that.
Alright, tell me some fascinating facts about this squid. Beware the vampire squid.
It has blue shells. The summer shells.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Blue summer.
Forgot about that. Just washed up here on the beach.
You're free to take if you like. I have plenty.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've got some sitting in my closet, but I'll take this one.
Oh, you're also free to have a look at my house if you like to. I put a lot of work into it.
Oh, sure. See.
Except for the bedroom upstairs, that still needs furnished.
Oh, I need to work on my house. I spent a lot of time actually just working on the island. I haven't even done much in my house. Oh, the flag matches the drum set. Okay.
Dude, Blathers has so much to say about the vampire squid. I was not aware
Oh, yeah?
that there was like 10 dialogue boxes about this one creature.
Oh, wow.
Alright, but I have now contributed it to the museum. I'm only missing 2 deep sea creatures and they should be available in March. Alright. Now then, we are done for the day. I'm going to check one more time for ants. And then I'll catch them. And then we'll be all set. For now, that about wraps up this video of Animal Crossing New Horizons. And for those of you that decided to stick around and watch this entire thing, I really want to thank you for watching. Pikanjo, Abby, thank you again for your involvement in today's episode and for your conversations about Pokemon and Common Writer. Do you have anything to say before I end the video?
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It was a lot of fun.
For sure. Sorry I can't be more loud and enthusiastic, but it is late and people are trying to sleep, so I'm trying to do what I can.
A lot of fun.
For sure. Alright, I gotta end the video now or else I'm just gonna keep catching bugs. Oh, okay, I'll catch the speedo and then I'll end it. Or else I'm just gonna keep catching bugs and fish and it won't stop because it's easier for me to do this stuff when I'm chatting with friends. Okay. Final results. I am currently at 2,092 fish, 2,678 bugs, and 1,005 deep sea creatures. We're getting there. I need thousands of more of these creatures, but we're gonna do it. Alright, bye-bye, humans. Whoosh. Hey, thank you for watching my video. If you want to continue to support my content, the best thing you can do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click the little buttons down below. Also, please be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with my video schedule. My tag is @RealYoshiller. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye! Whoosh!